Hi everybody, June here from Red Daisy Crafts. I'm just gonna make sure that everything is working before we get going after last week. That was quite a surprise. It sounds like everything is going okay, and hopefully we won't have any of those issues. Hopefully sound is okay. There was also a time last week where I sounded all gargle, but we were having a really bad storm, and so that the internet videoing thing can be fun sometimes. Not so fun, I mean. But I managed to get through it. So thanks for all your patience, and I'm excited to be here. I've got a few things going on. We're a bit on vacation and doing some family stuff the next couple of weeks, so my schedule is going to be a little bit different. That's why I'm here with you today. So I hope some of you might be able to join me, and if not, um, that's okay. It'll be here for a replay, and you can catch the replay. And sometimes I think that might be better when you get to watch the replay, because then you can kind of fast forward to what you want. But looks like a few people are popping on. Please say hi in the comments if you're able to join, and tell me where you're joining from. And I've got a few things to show you today. I'm excited for that. So I'm going to go ahead and put it down to the table so that it'll be bigger for everybody to see. And so some of you participated in my little add-on class. Now, I can't show the products or the designs of that kit because that was exclusive to that group, but I made a couple extras this week that I shared with that group of people, and so I wanted to show you, and we're going to make this one today. You can see here I've had a little error happen. It basically fell on top of my ink pad. Who hasn't had that happen, right? But if you can see here, it's the little treat bag, and just have those coffee cups on here. I put a card on the inside of it, and just think it would be so cute if you wanted to treat somebody at any point with like a gift card, for Starbucks or something like that. And this is the fun card we made on Sunday, the wiper card. So that just slips inside of here, and I'll show you how I did this, but I kind of glued on the string so it didn't get, lost whenever you undid it. And then it just ties right up like this. So fun. And like I said, we're going to make this today. So you'll get to see how I did that. But I also made this one, and I made it as one of my little door prizes for attending the event. And so look at how simple this is. It's not even attached, okay? So all I did, you could even put a sentiment back here, like a little card, but it's just a really quick and easy little thing that you can add to one of these treat bags. And I use the boots for this, and so I'll give you a close-up view of that. But I just slid this up over the top where the top is folded down, and so how cute is that, right? I just really love how it came out. I just punched some holes in there and used the jute string, the in color jute string, to tie around it. So hey Wanda, thanks for joining. I know it's not my usual time, so I'm glad you're here. And oh, I meant to show you, I could do this real quick, but I just had put in one of my little door prizes for the group that attended the little event. So I just think this came out really, really super cute, and it's super easy. Just makes that little bag even sweeter. So, and then I did one other thing for my little door prizes that I had. So I used one of the whole cards from the add-on kit, and the item I wanted to put in the bag was bigger, or taller, I should say, than the bag itself. And I kept thinking, so what could I do? What could I do? And I ended up taking one of the add-on cards and I added that to the top. Now this one I put a little Velcro on because it's a little bigger and bulkier, but what I did was I glued the back to the bag. Okay, and inside here I have some watercolor pencils, so made a really cute like gift packaging for something a little larger. And then I just wrapped the ribbon or the jute string around here and made it really snug before I put the bow on it. And it was that super simple. You could even write a little sentiment on the inside of the top if you wanted, but you know, if you have somebody going on an adventure, you know, a watercolor pad with some color pencils and a water painter, you are good to go. So I just thought this was fun way to do some of these packaging for that. So that is one thing I have. And then I did make some other, I saw a lot of people like trying to recreate the one of the designs that was in the paper pumpkin kit. And so I used the dies that is a new set of dies in the catalog. It's called the Nested Essential dies, and this is what they look like. I don't know if you've seen them, but instead of doing a circle, I use these to make some alternate cards. So here's one that I made, and I just die cut a piece of the Moody Mauve and cut out a smaller size of that rectangle, and then I added it. So I just glued the Moody Mauve right on top and then put down the smaller piece that was taken out of the card, and then just added some of the other elements. And so quick and easy card right there, but changed everything. Didn't really lose a lot of scenery or anything like that. And so that's a fun one. Here's another one that I did, and it's also from that same die set. And so this is the copper clay, and here I just stamped my sentiment right onto the card. And I wish I would have gotten it up just a tiny bit more because you lose kind of the A in adventures, but otherwise I really like how this turned out. Looked really natural. And again, same concept. You know, this is just with the canoe card. Thanks, Wanda. I appreciate that. And then I did the other card base that was in there, and I just changed this up a bit. I made a wider frame on it, and you know, very similar to the one I just showed you. Again, just put that around there, but I guess I could have cut this a little bigger, but this particular card, the scenery is very expansive, so there's not tons of detail in this part, and so it allowed for that little wider frame around the scenery and still did not take away from the card base. And then on all of these, I added the little in color dots that you can see. And so those are just some quick and easy ideas if you have some of these dies to try out. Super easy, you know, and just, you know, makes a really quick card. I'm really loving this paper pumpkin. And so we are going to start with, we're going to create this. different color bag and everything, but that's where we're going to start today. And then I have another card project after that item. So trying to just make this a little quicker. If you're crafting along, all I did was I stamped one of the coffee mugs in each of the colors, and I started to cut out. So I'm going to see if I can do these really quick. They do go pretty quickly. How's everybody's week so far? I guess this is hump day. When you're on vacation, I don't know about you, but I lose complete track of time. And I am just all the time forgetting what day it is. And we are going to visit some family. And so, that whole thing is just a whole nother thing that you have to get ready for. And so it's local, so we're not really going away, but there's a bunch of family in town. My husband's family is having a family reunion, and so that's all good. And it's also lovely to be home. I don't usually take off this time of year. It's our busy season for me at work. And so it feels a little strange, to be honest. So you just get all these little coffee mugs cut out, and I really enjoyed doing this and getting all the colors together. The more I play with them, the more I do like them together. Although I know that's not necessarily what they were designed for, but for kind of this type of card, it works. And I don't know about you, but I do go through times where I just need a card to go with my Starbucks gift card. So this just made a lot of sense. So we just have one more to go, so that hasn't taken too long. Wanda, are you crafting today? What are you doing today? Are you just taking an afternoon rest? I guess everybody had a pretty busy weekend, probably doing lots of things with Memorial Day. And I hope the weather was good for everybody. And we had some storms here on Sunday or Monday. Sorry. See, my days are all mixed up. All right, so this is just pretty quick here. We have all of our coffee mugs cut out, and so now we just have to kind of line it up how we want it to go on our piece here. And I kind of like to get them topsy-turvy a little bit, and all. You're making a few cards. Awesome. I love it when you craft with me. That's so great. And let's see. I think what I decided when I was doing this, that I found it easier if I just put down a little bit of glue so that I didn't necessarily hinder what I could tuck something in or around. And so I'm gonna cheat a bit just because. Oh, you're making Cheerful Daisy. Oh, beautiful. I really love that set. I've made several cards with it. I need to share them on my page. I haven't done that yet, but we'll get around to that. And but I'm kind of cheating a bit. I'm kind of following what I did before on here, just because I seemed pretty happy with that. So makes it easier a bit, I guess, with that. But here we go. Like that. And then we have one more to add. So, and then if I feel like I need to put on some extra glue places, I can. but I think just a few places, maybe under this one here, just to give it a little bit more security in it. But I think that's it. So there we have it. So it's just pretty easy. You just kind of, my recommendation is to start in the middle. That way you can kind of space things out. Depends on what your object is. Sometimes you could start out here and work your way in, or do ends and the middle, then you know where to put your center. But essentially, that is my suggestion. Taking a quick drink of water. All right, so then we are basically trying to get all this in the screen so you can see along. But so, like I said, this is, it's funny. If you turn this page down, then it has the seam in it. Okay. Oh, you've also made some cards with the paper pumpkin? Awesome. Awesome. And I didn't want any of this to be in the way of the string or have it, be a problem. So what I decided to do is because I was using this jute and it's a little thicker, that I could glue some of it down. And so that's what I did. So I kind of figured out how much I would need for my whole project. And so this is going to wrap around like that. And then I need some up here. So I overestimate. That's my way of doing things. And so I have to make sure I have enough. So I started with the back, and I literally took some of my liquid green glue and I just put like a teeny tiny bit right on that seam. And then I took my jute and I laid it on there just like so. And I just held it down. I got a little bit off of there, but not too much. And I just held it in place. And so now it's just staying there. And so this just made it really easy to have a little bit of not have to deal with that. And then I'm going to do it again on this side, going up here so that I can put this on top of it. And then there's no worry. The string stays in place. Okay. And so again, I'm just going to put down a little bit of this glue, and I'm going to lay my jute down on top of that. And I'm going to be more careful this time so I don't get it unrolling or curling up, I should say. And our liquid green glue, it really dries fairly quickly. So you don't have to usually hold things for very long, but like now we're good to go. And this is just so simple for me to do. So now I could put some dimensionals on here and adhere it to the bag, and voila, we are good to go. So before I do that, let's do our sentiment. I decided on a happy birthday for this sentiment, and I'm looking. I thought, oh, here it is. I was gonna say, I thought I had it already on a block. It is over here. So let's do the Pebble Path ink on this one. Just because of the paper and the Pebble Path in that background. And then we have the boho blue, the tag that has the boho blue on it. Hey, Christy, thanks for joining. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Everybody can use a coffee from time to time, right? So I have gotten to where I just like to tilt this happy birthday. I love that the P's and the T and the D both go up and down, and I just kind of tilt it so that those are reaching, you know, the top up here and the bottom down here, and then I don't have to worry about if it's straight or not. Looks like it was meant to be, and it just makes it super easy. So there is that. I'm going to just put that over here out of the way. And then what I have is I have this piece here that I was going to put on, and I'm going to glue this onto the Pebble Path. This is the Moody Mauve piece that's from the Paper Pumpkin kit. So I'm just going to glue down this top part, the angle piece that's a little bit longer. That end is going onto the Pebble Path. I'm trying to get it straight. There we go. So I have that on here. And then this is going to come along and go right at the edge of that. But I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. Okay. So let's put our pieces on. Let me find my dimensionals. I think I still have some from the kit. And I have lots of edge to use. So I love using the edge. Don't let anything go to waste, right? Nothing can go to waste. All right, so this is so fun. All right, so this is going to go on top of here. We're just going to place it right about where that is hitting, or where it's glued down to. So it's just going to go on like that. Oh, I guess maybe I should put a piece down here just so that's stable. All right, there we go. Let me take all the covers off of the dimensionals, and then we will put this down. So I'm excited to make the next card. I saw some people making cards similar to this and had thought, oh, that would be fun to make. Wasn't sure I would get around to it, but I think we can do it today. I'm excited. And there we have that. All right, so now let's add this piece with dimensionals, and then this will be done. Once we tie it up, of course. And I'm sure I have birthdays coming up that I can use this for, and I will be all set. All right, so there you have it. And so I'm just going to turn this down a little bit because a card fits inside here perfectly. You could use these treat bags like envelopes easily. But in this case, I am not. I would put a card in here along with the gift card, like I showed you already. And we're just going to tie a bow on here, and kind of a big floppy one, as you can see. That might be a little too floppy. Floppier the better, right? It's all curled up, but over time this will relax. I think it's funny. Okay, there we go. All right, so there you have it. Super cute, easy, fast. I mean, all I did was stamp them before we got on here, and like within 25 minutes you can have a whole thing ready to go. And it's personalized. You made it handmade, and so there you go. 2 different versions, and super cute. So I am going to put that off to the side. And the next thing, oh, thank you. Okay, the next thing is what I have in mind is we're going to use a Mossy Meadow card base, and then I have an inside piece cut already. Okay, but you've seen some of those cards where they've put like a person off to the side. And so I cut down the card base, and this one is the one from the add-on kit. The Moody Mauve is the back side of it. Okay. And so I've trimmed this up a little bit. I'll give you the measurements in just a moment, but as you can see, this is a little bit short on the page. But I'm going to take some of this envelope stuff and we're going to fill it in down here at the bottom and position it so that we could have somebody sitting on a rock over here, and then some of this, it's going to overlap, but bring in some of this hilltop stuff over here. And I thought we could do this today. So little bit kind of making it up as I go. So that's always fun, right? And then but we're also going to stamp and do some coloring. So what I have chosen is the stamp set, Coffee with Friends. I don't know if you've seen this before, but I like this girl here. I've seen other people use it, but I really do like it. And for me, it's oh, good. I'm glad you were able to still order that. I thought they were still around. What I love about this is that I have a very, very close friend. She's like a sister to me, and she lives in Colorado. And so the scenery to me is perfect. And I don't get to see her that often, but I thought, oh, this would be so great. I'd love to make this card for her. And so I thought we'd give that a go today. So I have the stamp out, and when we use blending pens, we have to use the Memento ink. Okay, so I've got my Memento ink out, and we're going to give this a go. So I'm just going to ink her up really good before I stamp, so I can get a very good image here. That looks good right on here. Doesn't really matter what direction or anything, because we are going to cut her out. We're not even going to keep the steps or anything. So all I want is her body. And so that is the plan. So have any of you made one of these cards that you've seen around? My friend's hair is very dark, so we're going to use Pebble Path to color her hair. But I have the color lifter here to hopefully bring in some highlights. So I'm just going to start there and color in her hair. Hopefully this won't take too long, but I'm just starting out with the light Pebble Path. I haven't really used this much, so I wasn't sure what to expect, how dark it was going to be. So let's see. My friend's hair is almost black, so it's okay here to get a little bit of this in here and that edge. And down here, our ponytail. So let's see. Then if I come back with a bit of this to blend it in, hopefully that will give it a little bit of highlight, and then I can do the color lifter to take up some of it. So that gave it a little bit of highlight textures. So let me see here. I can just lighten up a few spots. I think that's good. think that's good for her. What do you think? It's very nice. Hey, Bobby, how are you? Thanks for joining. All right, so let's give her some wild wheat pants. I guess we'll make her shirt wild wheat, and then we'll make her pants boho blue. So just again, I'm keeping this really simple. Just doing the light color here. I'll come in and go over the contrast lines with the darker wild wheat, and that's probably all that's really needed here. And let's see, I think I got the whole shirt. All right, then I'm just gonna, like I said, come in with some of the wild wheat dark and just put some highlight lines in here. And like I said, we're keeping this super simple. The scenery of the card is probably what most people will pay attention to, and so just keeping it simple here. All right, that looks pretty good, just so you can see progress as we go. And so now put some jeans on with the boho blue. I think I'll use the wider tip for this. Sometimes these caps are tough to get off and on. So just, trying to get even coverage all the way across. Not like going over it a ton of times. And just keeping that. Again, we're not getting fancy by any means. Keeping it simple. No stress coloring here, right? No, it's weird how that looks. Guess that's her leg. Trying to figure out if that's her leg. Yeah, it's got to be. Okay. All right. So now we'll come in with the darker boho blue. And I'm using the bullet tip on this. And just adding in the highlights. I'm going to do a little bit more at the cuff. But we might try to bring in a little more there. And just keeping it simple, right? So since I did a little bit at the cuff, I do want to try and blend that up a little bit, just so it kind of lightens up the jean cuff a bit. So that you have that little bit lighter there. And that there. All right, there's her jeans. Looks good. Shows some dimension to her. All right, we're gonna make her mug Moody Mauve. Bring in some pink in here at some point, right? All my pink friends. Just super easy. I'm gonna just do a little bit on the top of her mug here, just so that doesn't look empty. And then let's just make her flip-flops, copper clay. And then we have, this is the dark copper clay. So I'm going around that bottom and the strap. And then I'm going to use the lighter one to do just the heel part of her shoe back here. And that'll be that. Now I did grab some of the lighter neutral colors. So I don't know the actual names of these. These are, I got them in the first round. So this is SU900 and SU1000. So I'm going to start out with the lighter one and just put some skin tone on her. And then we'll come in with the other one and do a little bit of, just a little bit of shading. So that'll be the easiest, simplest way to put some skin tone on her. If I was being true, I would probably have used a little bit of a darker skin tone, but this is just fine, just fine. So just coming in with a little bit of extra, a little bit darker color on here, just to give a little bit more dimension going on. But there's just, you know, it's such a tiny space. There's not a whole lot you can do. So there we have it. There's our girl. Okay. And we're going to cut her out. Well, I think I did get out of line a little bit. So I don't know if you do much coloring, but you can normally try to put the color, push the color back. This is a very old color lifter, but you can use the color lifter to kind of like push the color back a little bit. So it looks like it did fine. All right, so we're going to cut her out. I'm going to get a quick drink. I'm going to cut her out, and then, like I said, we're just getting her body. So not leaving any white space here at all. Just getting right on the line of her body. So I'm just cutting right on that line. So I'm gonna try to go quick on this. And then we're gonna figure out our orientation of the card. Like I have all the pieces. I'm cutting off the steam that's coming off her cup. Just continuing up here. Just keeping all of this really, really simple. So I hope that if you try this, this might make it a little bit easier for you to try it. So you can see what's going on. And then ideally, if you keep your scissors on the edge of the thing and you have a small enough paper around your image, you shouldn't have to lift your scissors up. I did lift mine up and I didn't really need to, but I think it kind of messed up my rhythm when I did that. So I think we're getting back in the groove now. But all right, so we're getting down here to the end and by her legs. We're gonna, again, we don't want to lose the black line around there. So you're just really trying to go on the edge of it. And now here we are at the shoe. I think it's when I have to make that hard turn that I don't do good. All right, I'm going to get rid of this paper because it's causing causing me stress in my cutting. I don't want it to be stressful. All right, so now we're going to cut this part up around her toes and her flip-flop and legs here. And there we go. Jeans. Ooh, it's skinny here. All right. I feel like there's silence in the room when you have to concentrate this hard. All right, so just a little bit of white here I want to get rid of. Didn't get close enough, but there you have it. See, there she is. So now we're going to put her into the scene is what we're going to do. So, but on here, what we have is we're going to figure this out. I saw somebody do this, and I don't remember who it was, but I kind of liked it, where this was going all the way across. So I wanted to put the white mat around here so that it would connect with the white on the envelope, but I don't have to do that. I can literally cut the mountains out. So I think what I want is this, but then I want this to kind of come over it. So I'm just going to jump in. That's how I like to go. So I think this is what I want. So I'm going to cut my mountains out here. I guess what I was trying to say is I'm going to have the greener piece overlap the mountains. And we're going to do a little bit of tearing of the paper so that it is overlapping in a bit of a way that it's kind of coming across of it. Okay, so here, if this is coming down, now I can make it to that point, but I kind of want to do it all the way on the edge, I think, or maybe like that. I don't necessarily, I want it to be a little bit past the white, I think is what I want. All right, so I think this is good because we can have her sitting here on this rock like this with her feet, you know, on that piece. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'm going to try and lift my hands up, but just like that in a sense. So we're going to have her sitting there. And then this I'm going to is going to come over. And so I'm going to see if I can just tear this off a little bit like that, because I want this to come over. And so we may even tear this down a bit, but that's how I want that to go. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off here. I'm actually going to cut into the yellow, the thing, just because I don't want any white. I think as long as I take the general shape of it, that'll be fine. I literally am we're just making this on the fly right here. So this is kind of, you're in my head at the moment. How's that? Okay, so let's see. If I have this coming across here, this is what I do when I'm putting things together. And this is here. I want to almost bring this up so that, I wonder, that's not going to work. Okay, so I have to tear more off closer to here. If I put these together, and I have that come down, really kind of needs to tear from here. Okay, let's see how that goes. See if we can get it get it right. All right, so here we go. So if I tear this a little bit, I think that's going to work. Yes. Yeah, I think that's going to work. I might even tear that a little bit more right here. I'm not good at getting a good soft edge on that. Kind of roll that a little bit. Okay, so I have a bit of sponge over here, and I'm going to use it. Where is it? I just cut a little piece off because I don't need a lot. We're just going to use a bit of this Pebble Path to kind of sponge these little edges. So that's all I'm doing, is making this a little bit rougher, and just to color up a little bit of the white so it's not as stark on here. I didn't take it away all the way, but enough. Okay, so let's see how this goes. We're going to glue this down. We're going for it, folks. All right, we are going for it. All right, if you joined since the beginning and you missed it, I took this piece off of one of the add-on kits. It's the card front that is with the Moody Mauve back. That's which one this is. And I have cut it down, and I will tell you the measurement, what I cut it down to. And so this piece is 5 inches by 3.5, and I did take some off of the sky and a little bit at the bottom. Okay, so this is going to go on here just like a regular layer. And then oh, such a good idea, Wanda, the tweezers. I even have some here, and I don't think to use them. I need to remember to use them more because those tweezers are super handy. All right, so we're putting this down. We are going for it, folks. I can only hope it all works out. I did give it some thought before we got here, so that's gotta count for something. Okay, so this is gonna go right on here, and then this is gonna go right over here, and I think that's gonna be just fine because there's a little bit of water still that we can see, and she's gonna sit on the rocks. So we are going to put this down with some glue. I'm not going to go entirely to the edge because of the fact that it's going to hang over a bit. And I'm okay that it's not going to be, perfect, but I wanted it to go past the white. I don't know why, but I guess I want the white to be sort of like a window in a sense in my head. So again, we're not going to all the way to the edge because there's a bit of a lift already from the other 2 layers, but here we go. So we're just layering this right on here. I need to go in a little bit, and voila. So that's what we end up with. Okay, and I think that looks really nice. I hope you like it, but I'm pretty pleased with it. We still have our little path here. So it kind of looks like she's on this side and that's the other side. That's how I'm thinking of this, okay? And then she can sit right here, actually, right up there with her feet on this rock over here. And we're gonna put her on with glue. I'm not even gonna, I guess we could put it on with dimensionals. All right, we'll do dimensionals. It's best, I'm sure. I just want her to stay. So, not the dimensionals come off. I just got some skinny pieces. So I think that'll work. Does that fit there? Let's see. Oh, wow, it does. All right, that worked good. And so what do y'all think? What do you think of this card? Do you like it? I hope you like it. I thought they were really neat looking. It's not necessarily, my way of thinking to create, but I thought they were really beautiful. I do like the people images. I have used some of them in the past. I think they're very engaging, you know, for particular moments in life. And so when I saw this, it really reminded me of my friend in Colorado. I guess that's a little too big there. See if I can get a little bit up here and trim it off. There we go. I just really thought, oh wow, that's Isabel right there. I gotta make a card for Isabel. All right, how does that look? Awesome. I'm really excited about it. All right, so I want to use some of the twine or linen thread. Where is my linen thread? Here it is. Here it is. I got to open up a pack. I used all my from one of the boxes I had opened. Now I need to open another one here. Where's that edge? Sure hides from you, doesn't it? It's usually just right there. I think that's the bottom. Oh my goodness, folks. This is crazy. It's not usually this hard to find. All right, we're going to get the spectacles on to see if, oh, there it is. I think that's it right there. Yep. We needed the glasses, folks. I can't use the glasses for anything else except that. Okay, so I want to put some twine around here. I feel like we just need a little bit of something soft going. And I am going to use, I'm not going to put a sentiment on the front of the card. I'm just going to put something on the inside. So we're just leaving that just like that. And I'm going to put sentiment on the inside. And I love the sentiment in this kit that says, it doesn't matter where you're going, it's who you have beside you. And that's my friend. That's my friend. So I'm going to put this down on the inside before we ink it up, because I'm sure if I do that and then try to glue it down, I'm sure to smear it. And so there you have it. All right. This was so much fun. We're almost done, and I'm just so glad I got to do this with y'all. I'm sorry I won't be able to be here on Sunday. And, whoops, almost got my fingers in it. And next week I will post again when I can be here, because it's 2 Sundays that I can't make it at that particular time due to family stuff. And so I will come in the middle of the week again and do something. I'm just not exactly sure which date. So there you have it. I'm really, really pleased. I hope you like it. I just love it. Maybe I should put some gems on here. Let's see. What do I have? What do I have? I think I have a couple of blue ones that I can bring in. That would be nice. Let's just use these up. All right, so one there. Put one there. And then one here. There we go. There you go. All right. All right. All right. So amid my mess, let me just kind of go back through. We made this. This is one of the treat bags, and we use the mug stamp from it, this month's kit. And then I shared with you some other alternatives, and I'll post these in the group. So I made those offline. We didn't do a live around that. And then I showed you some other treat bags that I have made that were so fun. And then I share with you those dies from the Nested Essential Dies. And we use the Coffee and Friends stamp set. So many fun things today, and I just appreciate y'all so much. Thanks for joining. I know this wasn't the usual time, but I'm so glad you were here. And we're here to make some really fun projects today. So thanks, everybody. I hope you have a great week, and I will be seeing you again next week sometime. Bye-bye.